Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Michael with Tactical League Media here at the PTS booth at SHOT Show 2025. Here with Airsofter Sam, checking out some of the new products here at the booth. Sam, we obviously know each other a little bit from the event scene and just general kind of airsoft media world. But why don't you give people a little kind of breakdown of like who you are, what you do, and just your background within the industry?
Sure. Hi, I'm Sam. I am a digital content producer. I've worked in all different types of industries, including automotive, aerospace, and in airsoft and firearms. A lot of what I've done has been like professional corporate, but I think I wanted to take that and merge it with something that I actually enjoy doing. So I kind of just started making content about airsoft, and I've kind of been doing it ever since.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely wear a lot of different hats. Obviously, come from like a corporate media background. How has that been like going from like the corporate world to then kind of being able to have a little more flexibility in terms of pursuing your own passions, being able to create content and do some of those things that you're obviously out here doing?
Yeah, I think that when you work for like a company that wants things this way, you learn the skills, but I think there becomes this like sense of frustration. As a creative person, you know that you'd want to do things a bit differently, or like if this was my piece, I would have executed it like this. And so I think that the skills were developed and it was really like beneficial for me, but I saw opportunity and I saw things that I wanted to make and the direction I wanted to take content. And so I think that it was good to have the opportunity to hone in my skills, but now
Sure.
I'm excited to kind of just make the things that I like.
Yeah, that makes sense. Be able to pursue your own projects, your own passions, right, as opposed to whatever kind of the focus of your employer is. I think everyone kind of wants that freedom, but to actually like be able to follow through with it and kind of pursue it is different, you know. So props to you. Personally, for you, obviously, you are out here to network. What other kind of benefits do you see from coming to a show like this and getting time on the show floor and all that?
You know, networking is key, but I will say that the more that I come here, the more I feel confident being here. I think the first time I came out to SHOT Show, I felt very like nervous and out of
Sure.
place, but just doing it has really made me find that if I find things that I'm passionate about, I'm interested in, and those are the things that I like seek out on the floor, then I know that I'm going to meet people that like I can talk that language with. And so I've seen a couple of VR companies lately, and it's just been really fun to like see the way like gaming technology is merging with like real steel and firearms. And just I know that like a lot of people here think that that's kind of bogus, and they're like, I'm a grown up, I wouldn't play VR, but like it is growing. It's really popular in Europe, and so just seeing that come here and like start to spread, I think has been like a really exciting thing for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of gives you a sense of the direction it's probably going to go for a lot of different industries, kind of within the gun to and even airsoft world, right? And for me, like as someone who comes from the marketing background, like that's where I see the most growth potential for airsoft. The gun thing, the gun attachment is always going to be there with that side of the industry, but the video game world, in my opinion, is really somewhere where airsoft can kind of take more of a mainstream leap, is getting kind of the youth and people like that involved. So yeah, hopefully we'll just continue to see more of that. I did see some airsoft at like the Kel-Tec booth.
Yeah.
So we're popping up here and there, you know?
We're showing them like the fun hobbies have practical usage, and I think that is like something that some generations were maybe not expecting. Everybody looks at airsoft, VR as toys, but they do have practical uses, and I think that's something that I'm excited to like just be a part of.
Yeah, definitely seen more acceptance. We ourselves do some events with different training groups, Method Endeavors. Shout out to Devin and Johnny over there. Are some of our kind of primary trainers, but we've seen Cameron and Fath out there hosting events at Project N1. So it seems like people are getting around to it. Economy helps, it's a lot cheaper to train with BBs over bullets, but I think there's some really practical applications that people are seeing the benefits of. Obviously not the ballistics, but that's a whole separate thing. Cool, yeah, I guess the last question. Obviously follow you on social media, see a lot of your content, see that you're a very positive person, definitely focused on like being very open about discussions about mental health, positivity, stuff like that.
Yes.
Why are you inspired to do that, and how have you seen that kind of impact people around you, and just why is that such an emphasis for you?
Wow, I really like that question. I think that just being straightforward, I kind of had a crazy upbringing. I was thrown into a lot of things that I wasn't expecting. I developed depression and anxiety from a lot of those things. And they're chronic, so they'll stay with me for the rest of my life. And so I think that part of it is, one, just learning the things for myself and seeing what works and what doesn't work, and then just feeling better the more I practice those things. But two, I think when I got into airsoft, I recognize it. It's an aggressive hobby.
Yes.
And it's okay that it is that way, just like paintball or video games. These things are inherently aggressive, and that's okay. But I look at the market, and I look at these like younger people who, everyone when you're young, like you're developing, and I think that it just, something felt like natural, like a click or something.
Sure.
That I just wanted to provide that option. I think that when I started going out to the field, I really wanted to focus on just being positive on the field. Sure. And that kind of just spread out to like in the loading area, in the staging area, and then online. And people felt very comfortable talking to me about real things that were happening in their lives, even if I had just met them. And I think that sometimes somebody just wants to get it off their chest, and if I could provide that for someone, then I like to do it. And it's just to generate, like I said about N1, like it's the community that makes that place so good.
Absolutely.
And so if we can make the whole airsoft community like cultivated around like positive mental health, then I think that like that's something I like being a part of too.
Absolutely, yeah. It's such a mental escape for people too, like just being able to completely detach from the day-to-day kind of whatever you have going on in your personal life and go out on a mission or you go to a milsim, right? It's 100% escapism. So you could definitely see how a lot of people who kind of gravitate towards those hobbies might also need kind of some of that assistance, encouragement, whatever you want to call it. So.
Also, like, I'm a competitive player, and being in that space, sometimes I get tilted, I get frustrated, and
crash out a little bit sometimes. It
absolutely.
Happens. Yeah.
It happens to everybody. But I think that one of the best things that I've ever seen is when people come to me like all aggro on the field, they feel overshot or they feel like they hit me first, whatever. I think when you address those moments with genuine positivity, it just shifts a mindset. And like someone can go into that interaction so angry that they were overshot or they shot first and it wasn't a trade or blah, blah, blah. But just having a nice conversation with those people can really shift their behavior and their attitude, and it turns the like whole interaction into a positive one, and I really like that.
That's super important for like such a niche hobby like we have. Like it doesn't take much for people to have a bad experience and turn away completely from something that is niche and expensive and doesn't always have the easiest access to. So no, I appreciate you doing that. Keep it up. What's next? Any project or anything people can look out for? Or if you want to just plug your socials, feel free to do that too, and we'll plug it in.
Love it. Yeah. Well, right now I'm focused on publishing a lot of content surrounding VR in the firearms space. I think that I love publishing airsoft content. I really do. Sure. But I think like I mentioned earlier, really want to focus on producing content that I enjoy making. Yeah. And I love gameplay, I love like talking to the community, I love doing vlogs, but also like where is my actual passion, identifying that, and then just producing more content that's in that avenue. So I think it might be more gaming, more VR, more technology type stuff. Definitely going to stay on like the positive mental health flow. But I think airsoft will be in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, definitely look forward to seeing it. I'm sure you have plenty of great things coming up, and thanks for taking the time, okay?
Of course, thank you.
All right, Sam, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next one, and we'll catch up with you later. Thanks.